What is happening, my fabulous air family? How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all doing okay and are just as pumped to see what these daily readings have to offer. So let's go ahead and get into this. But for my normies, the spiel from the very beginning. But for my newbies, if you're unsure of your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or if you guys want to know what cards I'm using, like the Fountain Tarot or the Wisdom of the Oracle cards, or if you want to follow me on Facebook or participate in the Soulmate Investigation Sale that's on my website at this moment, all that information is in the description box below. And please remember, guys, that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and I'm totally okay with that. Okay, so let's get in with it. Let's get into it. Let's see what the heck is going on. Alright. Three of Wands. Starting out the day. You're starting out the day with that energy. Three of Wands. Then, the Lovers is your advice or your challenge. And the High Priestess. The biggest thing. Just trust today, guys. Just trust. There's nothing really to worry about. Just focus on love. Focus on love. Your underlying energy is a Hierophant. Damn. Connection. Now it's funny because today is Valentine's Day and Aquarius, it's in your season, so obviously Valentine's Day being in your season, so it's all about love. It's all about just being with the people that you care about, being with the folks that that are in your life, and just enjoying them, because you've done the work that needed to be done. You sent out the message, you communicated with them, you've reached out, you've put in the effort in your relationship, and now it's all about the connection. Now it's all about how you feel. It's all about what you want. It's about what you feel you deserve. And I feel like today you're going to really figure that out because of the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant does talk about commitments and stability in relationships, perhaps, but it lays down the foundation. It has a structure. And I feel like with the Hierophant coming up here, you're changing that structure. You're changing that platform. This could be that there's an age difference here that you're having to kind of just allow yourself to just be okay with, or just be, just have your heart open to love. But you're changing your platform. You're changing your beliefs. You're changing your stance on love. What you love, and how love is, and how you receive either connections with people, how you connect with people, period. Because I feel like, with the Lovers coming up, it's not necessarily a challenge per se. I think the real challenge is allowing yourself to just be, just to be open to love, be open to messages. Because, of course, like I said, like you guys have been putting your time in, working hard at, whatever you guys have manifested. Like, you send something off, right? So a lot of you guys are waiting on the changes to happen. You guys are waiting for the things to correct itself, but you're still putting in the work necessary in the meantime. You're still doing the background work. And I feel like with that being said, with the Lovers and everything, it's like knowing what you want, figuring out what you want what you love, understand your side of the story, understand where your heart is, and that can create a new structure, a new foundation that you can honestly start to truly 100% accept. Now, there's no coincidence that the High Priestess and the Hierophant are in this reading, because this talks about a connection that is divine. That is a very divine connection. And the Lovers coming up in here already tells me that whoever you are dealing with right now is definitely connected to you. This person may be at a distance, maybe quite a ways from you, but the thing is that you guys are connected together, connected to each other spiritually. Now, that being said, one person may be aware of that more than the other, because the Lovers has two people in it, right? Or yes, it has three technically, because of the angel that's in there. But I don't see the angel as a person. I see the angel as a, worker of God. But I see the two people, which one represents the mental, the mind, logic, and the other represents the the heart, the intuitive. So which part do you think that you are, right? Which part do you think would know that they have a spiritual connection? The spiritual one. So it makes sense that you guys come out the other end with the High Priestess, aware of what of the connection, aware of how you feel about the person, aware of how you feel about life, period. Aware of how your structure is, and is content with it, right? the other person may not be as aware as you are about it, because of course the lovers, right? One of you guys has to be the heart, and whichever one is the heart is the most intuitive, in my opinion, which comes up to be you. But the one that's the most logic has the most boundaries they have to overcome, the most or they inflict in you boundaries that you need to overcome, right? Or some sort of, barriers or blockages, or routines, or or social acceptable boundaries that don't agree with you, that you don't agree with, that just, that's just how everything used to be. That's the traditions of it. And I feel like they bring that out of you to have you look at that, to figure out what really resonates with you. Who are you without society telling you how to be, without, the whole, by the book sort of, cover to it. So I feel like ultimately, guys, you guys have been waiting. Your advice right now is really just to figure out what you love, focus on what you love, choose love, and then ultimately understand what stances you need to take using that logical piece. Because of course everything comes with a yin and yang, a balance, a give and take. So it's not just fully just focus on love, focus on feelings, focus on all that, because you're going to be doing that later on anyway. I feel like there's a lot to do with thinking about, what you're going to have in place to, and to obviously open your world up to what you're trying to manifest, to allow whatever you're trying to manifest into this life, into your life. You're waiting for that to come in. Like, whatever you need to do, whatever structure you need to shift, whatever, boundaries you need to have or to knock down, it all depends, because you're trying to manifest this, right? And I think that logical part of you is about how can we allow love in as much as we are feeling this love and want to give it, right? So let's take a look at the wisdom of the oracle. Interesting message this time around, family. Very interesting message. But your connection is High Priestess and Hierophant. That is crazy. And that to me definitely talks about a divine connection and committing to the relationship despite what's acceptable and what's not, going against the boundaries. And since we're in Aquarius season, it's rebel city. It's time to rebel. Follow your heart. Go for what you want. Or I think you are, but know that, hey, whatever you're going for, it may need time to cultivate, So patience is definitely needed here. So you guys have a message in the bottle. Damn. So you're going to get hit with synchronicities and messages of all sorts. Higher power. See what I'm saying? Higher power is talking about your inner self, God. It talks about whoever you believe in, that you believe you get your intuitive messages from. You get, signs from, coincidences, or synchronicities that I like to call it. Those, you're going to get a ton of these during, Valentine's Day, during today. And I feel like you just have to trust your instincts and go with it. Go with it. Don't overthink it. Ignoring it, trying to act like it doesn't exist is not really conducive to the message rattle, or else it wouldn't come up. There's something significant about the messages that pop up today, and follow your heart along those, right? Understand what they mean to you, because they don't mean that this is a sign that you and the other person should be together. It's just what does these signs mean to you personally? Because they don't mean anything unless you give it meaning, unless you unless you react to it, unless you freak out about it, unless you cry about it, unless you feel uneasy, whatever. These messages have a significance, and only significance to you. So you have to tie that back. You have to tie it back to what does that mean to you. So whatever you sent out, you're going to get it back in some sort of message, and it could be a message from somebody else, which you're going to be receiving soon. But if this is not, it's more spiritual, it's higher power. You got the higher power working with you today. You're working along your side. So, especially Aquarians right now, but all air signs, Gemini, Libra, you guys are being, considered here by your higher self. So whatever messages that you get, whatever they are, that is significant to you, connect them to just you. They have to do with the connection perhaps, but the connection that affects you on your side. What does that mean for you? Understand what that means for you, because that's the logical part that comes into the lovers that I think is really emphasized here. Because of course your heart is open to the message, but do you know what it means for you? Alright, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you all so very much for tuning in, guys. I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing these videos. And as always, family, I will see you guys very soon. Take care, y'all. Bye now.